Hello, I'm Lara Kulcharsan and this is Newsfeed, your dose of what people are talking about online. In the wake of what's been dubbed the exodus from X, Bluesky is clearly reaping the benefits. In the short time since Donald Trump won the US election and appointed X boss Elon Musk to a key government role, more than 2 million people have flocked to Bluesky. It's become the most downloaded app on the Apple Store in the UK and US. But many users found their feeds disrupted on Thursday, a fault that Bluesky bosses attributed to a fiber cable outage caused by external partners. Unlike X and most other social media sites, Bluesky operates on independent servers, which they do not own. The problem was quickly resolved and feeds were restored.
What if we built a social network based on web standards? I'm listening. Yeah, something maybe like email, except email sucks and no one likes it. That's a good point. Plus, the username isn't portable. You're tied to the server you're on. What if every person was their own website? Hold up. Websites get defaced all the time. How are we going to make sure that this user actually made that content? We could sign the information to verify it's them. Sign. Good idea. All right, but people hate going to a bunch of websites. How are we going to collect all these into one place? Of course, it's got to be something kind of like a search engine. You can actually have different app views for the same data. Yeah, that's a great idea. Different views. So maybe we want each of the servers to talk to each other. Yeah, I know, that's dumb. Well, search engines do it with crawlers, but those are really expensive and hard to discover new websites. Don't want a user to have to wait for a crawler to come discover them. What if each one of the user's servers actually pushes data, and then when we write the information coming down, we can read it back through the fire hose? Because each user is their own website, we can actually just use domains as the usernames. The identity is portable and the data is portable.
After Elon Musk's chaotic takeover of Twitter in 2022, a wave of users left mainstream platforms in search of something different, especially after changes in policies and content moderation. It was social media platforms like Mastodon and Bluesky's time to shine. They put control back in users' hands with no single company calling all the shots. For many, it's a refreshing break from ad-heavy feeds and opaque policies. Now, users see it as a way to take back the social experience.
Bluesky, kind of like Mastodon, they're both decentralized social media. I think it might be easier for people to adjust to Bluesky as opposed to Mastodon just because the communities are very different. Right now, Mastodon is very tech, nerd, geek. It's harder to tap in and find your communities there, where I think Bluesky is a lot easier. I think social media is just in such an interesting time right now, and I think so many people are craving the community that Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, once had. I felt like even TikTok kind of used to be that way, but it's changed quite a bit. And so sometimes I also wonder if brands have anything to do with that. I think a lot of times they do. I think that deep down inside, people like when social media is counterculture. When brands hop on social media, it kind of just starts to feel like, again, a giant advertisement, right? The future of social media, however you want to slice it up, is all about community, and that's what's going to make or break the next platform.
And news sites are also pulling out. British news publisher The Guardian has announced that it is leaving X. The newspaper says it'll stop posting from all official accounts on X due to growing concerns about harmful content, including far-right conspiracy theories and racism. It describes X as a toxic place, saying their decision was taken during the US presidential campaign. The Guardian has nearly 11 million followers on X and is the first major UK media company to retreat from the platform. Following this, La Vanguardia, one of Spain's major newspapers, also announced its exit from X, citing the platform's ineffective moderation and unreasonable content management since Musk's takeover. And across the marketing landscape, other leading brands are contemplating whether X is the best platform for their image.
The reason they are no longer on X is a combination of two main factors. One, they believe that the culture on the site no longer is where they want their brand to be seen. And secondly, they do not want to support Elon. So this is quite a big statement of intent for brands to say, do you know what, our audience might be there, but we don't trust where the posts are going to appear and what they're going to appear around. We don't like the culture on the site.
Ireland's media regulator has found that 3 social media platforms are exposed to terrorist content. They are TikTok, X, and Instagram, and the reason given is their weak processes. In order to comply with the new rules, the three companies have been ordered to take measures to prevent dissemination of terrorist content. They will also be required to include provisions to address misuse of their platform in their terms and conditions. All these measures will have to be taken within 3 months. If they don't meet the demands, the Irish Commission can impose fines of up to 4% of global revenue. Tension is high in France over the far-right support for Israel's atrocities in the Middle East and the wars in Gaza and Lebanon. So much so that the match between France and Israel recorded its lowest attendance. Many stayed away due to security fears. The stadium was barely a fifth full and scuffles were witnessed at the Nations League game in Paris. Some fans booed the Israeli national anthem played before the game. The game had been designated as high risk after the violence in Amsterdam last week during a match between Ajax and Maccabi Tel Aviv. Seeking to prevent a repeat of the same, some 4,000 French police were deployed in and around the stadium and on public transport. On Wednesday, French police clashed with protesters against a gala organized to raise funds in support for Israel.
We are here to protest about this France-Israel match that was held here and is simply a scandal for several reasons. First of all, the French political class has decided that to support the holding of this match and to attend it, and beyond that, it has renewed its support to Israel.
The cancelling of this match is also part of the cultural, military and economic embargo that must be imposed state and not give legitimacy to the occupation by holding this match.
It was supposed to be an 8-day mission into space, but astronauts Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore have been stuck in space for nearly 6 months. Photos of a frail-looking Sunita have been shared on the internet, and the Indian press has raised concerns about her sunken cheeks, thinner figure, and significantly changed facial structure. Many were quick to blame NASA for neglecting the astronaut, but Sunita has since rubbished the allegations.
There's some rumors around outside there that I'm losing weight and stuff. No, I'm actually right at the same amount. We go weigh ourselves. We have a spring mass dampener that weighs ourselves, and I'm the same weight that I was when I got up here. I think things shift around quite a bit. You know, you've probably heard of a fluid shift where folks in space, you know, their heads look a little bit bigger because the fluid evens out along the body. But now, you know, Butch and I have been up here for a number of months. We've been on the workout gear. We've got a bike, we got a treadmill, and we got weightlifting equipment. And I could definitely tell that weightlifting, which is not something I do all the time, has definitely changed me. My thighs are a little bit bigger, my butt is a little bit bigger. We do a lot of squats, and just to go back to you know, the treadmill, why? It's because we're working on our bone density in our hips and in our feet. So I think my body has changed a little bit, but I weigh the same.
After 17 years, the internet's biggest music mystery is finally solved. No one knew the origin of an elusive 80s track until one Reddit user's discovery changed everything. Nick has more.
Few tape hiss, a classic 80s synth, and a haunting monotone voice. For nearly 2 decades, this sound sparked one of the internet's most enduring mysteries. A mystery that's finally been solved.
The most mysterious song on the internet has finally been found after 40 years, and it is called Subways of Your Mind by Fex.
The story goes that a teen named Darius recorded the song off a West German radio station around 1984. He put it on a mixtape with other hits of the era. Many of the songs were easy to recognize, but one track, marked only with a question mark, was a mystery that Darius and his sister Lydia couldn't solve. In 2007, they uploaded the clips online, hoping for a quick answer. Instead, they set off a global hunt across Reddit, YouTube, and countless music databases, sparking an entire subgenre, Lost Wave.
The radio station that broadcast the song 40 years ago says that it was likely just a demo that was played once and then immediately thrown away after. So the fact that Darius was even able to get this recording is a miracle.
Last week, a Redditor finally struck music gold.
TMS is found. The song is called Subways of Your Mind by Fax.
Amazingly, the band members were completely unaware their song had become such an underground hit, a must-have by mysterious musicians.
The Post reads, about 2 weeks ago I came across an old newspaper article in the Nordwest Zutug archive while researching Horfest bands. The article was about a band called Fex from Kale, who won a talent contest in Bremen in September 1984, and their music was described as rock with wave and pop influences. It also mentioned their members, and one of them I recognized from a band called Fret. I managed to get in touch with him and asked him if he still had some old material from those bands. He then sent me some of the songs he made with Fex and Fret, and lo and behold, one of them was titled Subways of Your Mind.
Netizens are thrilled that the decades-long search is finally over. The band, FEX, are overwhelmed by the attention, and they're planning to reunite and re-record the song for all their adoring fans.
Drag it in, shake it out, it's the summer blues. Tear it in, tear it out, it's the good excuse.
I don't know about you, but I'm definitely adding Subways of Your Mind to my playlist. And that's our show. Find our latest stuff on YouTube and do subscribe to our channel. See you soon.